This is Jason Walker with Cash Relay Daily. As we just start with the rivalry playing Utah this week, what's it like for you guys to be kind of renewing the Battle of the Brothers?
I think it's extremely exciting. When I saw that they came out with that news, I was extremely fired up. Same with everybody else. Growing up here in Utah, the Utes are obviously a big deal. I went to Syracuse. A lot of my friends, a lot of coaches were all Ute fans. So I'm really excited to kind of bring that back and put on a good show this Saturday.
Eric Franson with 106.9 The Fan. You went up against a big team last week in USC. You're going to face another big defensive team this week with Utah. Similarities or differences between the two that you've spotted so far?
I think honestly the biggest similarity is they're both going to play extremely hard. I mean, USC played extremely hard, and I think that was great for us to kind of feel that as an offensive line. And I think it's really going to actually prepare us for this Saturday and just being able to come out and kind of know what to expect.
This is Jason Walker again. USC blitzed a lot against you guys. You guys had some struggles in protecting Bryson Barnes when they blitzed. What are some of the things you guys maybe learned in that game, and what do you want to try and improve when Utah, I'm sure they'll blitz a lot as well, try and take advantage of that?
Yeah, no, I mean, they brought as much as they could, and we had a total of 3 sacks on the game. Two of them were kind of more procedural things. The only one that was like a true sack was just a pure one-on-one. And so I think, as we're watching film, it kind of makes us feel good in a sense that, these guys are some of the top pass rushers in the country, and we were able to hold them down for, a minimum of 3. And so coming into this game, just watching, the film from USC and kind of seeing what we can do as a technician standpoint and kind of understanding where we could go from here and what we could do better for Utah. So, I mean, we're super excited. I think the offensive line especially is super confident in our pass protection for Bryson. So we're extremely excited to go in and learn this week and hopefully, 0 sacks this week. So.
Jason Walker again, kind of on a similar note. I know you guys get to run the ball a ton, but I mean, your running backs average like 5 or 6 yards per carry. So obviously some positives in you guys' ability to go up against these defensive linemen, USC and potentially Utah.
Right. No, I mean, we feel confident regardless if we're going to run the ball or if we need to pass for Bryson. As we go through practice this week, I think we're going to make a pretty big emphasis on both things. And make sure we're good on both the run and the pass game for sure.
Eric Franson again. The 7 years of eligibility. Can you just talk about that and just your length of tenure at Utah State and ups and downs associated with that, and getting one more year to go out there and finish off strong?
Yeah, no, I think it's truly a blessing for me. Last year was my first real opportunity to start for the Aggies. And so having this extra year is just honestly truly a blessing for me because I get to put, more film out there for, potential future of playing longer and stuff. But, I've had a really good time here. I've learned a lot tremendously, even growing as a person and being able to experience a lot of different football teams and, meeting everyone that I have. So, it's honestly just been truly a blessing for me.
This is Ashley Doris with the Statesman. This is the first game we're playing against Utah since 2015, and the first time it's back at the Maverick Stadium since 2012, so that's over 10 years ago. How do you feel about this team being the representative against Utah with this decade since we've last seen them here?
Yeah, like I said, I think everybody's just extremely excited. I think a lot of the Utah boys, kids growing up here in Utah, like I said, growing up, nobody, from my high school, you never really heard about, Utah State. It was always Utah or BYU. So I think everyone is just extremely excited to have them come up, and, we just want to be able to put on, the best performance that we can for this Saturday.
Anything else for Wyatt?
Yeah, one more thing. Part of the reason why it's so cool is that, once again, it's the first time in a decade that they're coming up here instead of us going down to them. However, obviously, there's been a major shift in the way the herd will be present because of the 1,000 seats being sold off. Do you have any comments on that?
Me personally, I try and stay out of everything going on outside of football like that per se. I really try and focus on what I'm doing and what the offense line is doing. I have seen what they're doing with the tickets, and I mean, the only thing I can say is the USU herd is a really big part of the stadium and something that I personally enjoy quite a bit. So I mean, whatever they can do to get those kids in there would be awesome. But